Chisholm versus Georgia, 1793. A case that is considered the first U.S. Supreme Court case of significance and major impact at the time. This is where Georgia claimed it could not be sued without granting its consent to be sued, claiming itself as a sovereign state. The case, however, granted federal courts the affirmative power to hear disputes between private citizens and the states. It decided that states were under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the federal government, supremacy rule, and that the state of Georgia is not immune to a lawsuit. This case, however, was superseded in 1795 by the 11th Amendment that overruled Chisholm and Georgia and then restricted the ability of individuals to bring suit against states in federal court, specifically for money damages or equitable relief unless they gave consent. That's it. That's the entirety of the story. It was a case in 1793 that allowed people to sue the states specifically, and then 1795, the 11th Amendment was created ostensibly to overrule it because it became burdensome or whatever. Now, in its original writing, people are citing this with an assertion about it, but the only way you can find this assertion isn't in it. If someone cites Chisholm versus Virginia and says some thought-terminating cliche and you can't find it, that means they didn't read it. So I went looking for the assertion someone made. Referring to Chisholm versus Georgia, all men are sovereign, and this is done in quotes. No. There is a notation that only said this, and this is looking up the word, well, all men. I couldn't find sovereign reference to all men. Judges ought to know that the poorest peasant is a man as well as the king himself. All men ought to obtain justice, since, in the estimation of justice, all men are equal. Whether the prince complain of a peasant, or a peasant complain of the prince. All men are equal. Not all men are sovereign. There's a very big difference between these things. Sovereignty means that you have the right to refuse to be sued, to claim supremacy. Sovereignty is really should be interpreted as claiming I am supreme. I should point out that this is also used by people who claim I'm a sovereign, therefore you have to treat me like a state. They'll cite all sorts of things that don't say anything of the sort and claim that they can't be taken to court, at which point the court will just look at them and say, you haven't provided any evidence or reasonable statement here to listen to this argument. It's not an argument, it's just you making an assertion. You haven't brought any evidence, so you will be taken to court. And that's the end of it. Every single court case a person's claimed to be sovereign has ended up with them very steadfastly ignoring the fact that they've been told, we will not honor your demand. The courts do not have to follow your demands. You are not sovereign. And in the case of sovereigns, actual kings and queens, some of them have actually been dragged into court or just hung by the neck until dead. Sovereignty ends at the end of a noose is an expression, I forgot what language it's translated from. Quantum Grammar Nazi YouTube channel posting, complaining about my video, saying I'm a hater of something, citing some sources that might have actually had something to do with the truth, but probably don't. Had a comment underneath the video saying, thank you for posting this video, where it was showing my face for the thumbnail and also apparently chastising me for getting something wrong in the world of sovereign citizens, freemen on the land, and quantum grammar conspiracy theories. Anyway, the comment said, all men are sovereign, and then cited this case. The case says nothing of the sort. It also makes no assertion of the sort. And the only thing that comes close is all men are equal in the estimation of justice. That's it. And that's a quote from some other source that could have been someone's musings about courts or cases. Someone's quoting their favorite writer. And the citation doesn't go anywhere because it doesn't actually have a real citation. It's just saying this is a footnote. And then it doesn't go anywhere, which is fairly common in electronic documents that are copied from text that was handwritten in cursive or maybe typed up later, we lose our citations over time. But no, all men are not considered sovereign. An assertion by a sovereign citizen is always suspect, and a person who cites a case, but the case doesn't contain anything, is either making a mistake or they're lying. And unfortunately, when you point out that they're just wrong about something, they say it louder. I've never seen a person who claims to be a sovereign citizen, freeman on the land, or a quantum grammar expert or believer ever acknowledge when they get something really simple wrong, like saying, I'm quoting this case, but it's not in there. It's a very basic cutoff point. I want to also point out that someone posted a video, it's about a month ago, where they were apparently critiquing me and then bringing up citations. And YouTube hid this link from me, so I can't really see it. I mean, I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. I have to dig through the comments because the video it was posted under said it had 4 comments and only 2 showed up. Thanks, YouTube. So someone's been talking smack about me on YouTube. Meh, whatever. That's cool. That happens never. But now that I've seen it, okay. So does it go on for a long period of time and really touch on a subject, or does it simply not address what I'm talking about? I didn't get a chance to really evaluate it, and honestly, the person didn't really ask. They just posted a link to the video. And I apparently was able to see it before, and then YouTube hid the thing. I have no idea why. So now I'm wondering what else is hidden in my comment section again. Anyway, that's it for the video. Again, Chisholm versus Georgia has been nullified. It's not important anymore. It is the first Supreme Court case that was of merit, note, and effect, but the main effect it has was people running the U.S. government deciding to amend the Constitution so that that case would have no merit anymore. Neat, huh? It was some petty court case they just didn't want to deal with. Or maybe it's because they were going to lose. You decide. Write-ups below. Also, educatedinlaw.org is a website that's the only place that showed a similar assertion, but I couldn't find it referencing the case either, so that doesn't count. But it's a page of people doing the same sovereign citizen, freeman on the land, and quantum grammar Nazi bullshit that I'm seeing everywhere else, so I don't really think it has merit. But I'll leave a link below. It's just not a hot linked link. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck.